It's Sunday, it's midnight, and you're listening to episode 40 of Weird Mind Newsroom. Now this week we got a mix of stuff. We got a few small new releases, a couple of the trailers, and a couple bit of news stories, mainly focusing on some announcements and castings. So, without further ado, let's get straight into what came out this week.
That's rough, buddy.
Now, to start the week, we've combined the four elements as well as the power of money to bring us a new entry in the animated anime into live-action form from Netflix, and this is with the second attempt at a live-action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, the series we follow the plot following the original two series, where two water tribe children of Katara and Sokka come across a young kid named Aang, frozen in ice for a century, and discover that he is the last of the Airbenders. And soon, with the help of the two and his flying bison of Appa, they will head off on a journey across the lands to help Aang master the four elements of earth, water, fire, and air to basically help save the world and stop the evil tyrannical reign of the Fire Nation who are looking to control the world. Now, reception on this series has been quite mixed from the start, but with praise for the series is coming out for its performances of the main leads, its visual effects, and its fight scenes. However, it's been criticized for its script, a bit of the world's feeling a bit plain compared to its animated stuff, as well as a case where a lot of the elements that made the appeal of the original series feeling left out. But if you want to check it out for yourself, and possibly in case this could spawn the rest of the series, you can check out the complete full season now as it's available to watch on Netflix. And the only other new release this week that I've seen is coming to us from a galaxy far, far away as we dive into the animated side of the Great Space Saga as we have beginning of the end with the final season of The Bad Batch. Now, this third season will see the group try to reunite with the character of Omega, who's been captured and taken inside an Imperial science lab, while also trying to free themselves from the reign of the Empire with all of the knowledge they have learned about their armada. Now, reception of this series so far, like the first two seasons, has been very well received for its characters, its story, its action, and has a bit of a fitting conclusion to the series so far, with leaving the story possibly open-ended for possible future adventures. And if you want to join on the action, you can catch the full first two seasons now, as well as the first 3 episodes of the season on Disney Plus, with new episodes releasing every week. There's about 1 or 2 episodes every week until its finale coming out on May 1st. And with that, that's all the new releases that we have for this week.
You don't see us, now you do. But only if we want you to.
So starting the trailers for this week with over-the-top action, explosions, lots of guns, lots of bullets, weird alien creatures, and a ragtag odd group of weirdos that includes a sassy talking robot, we have finally gotten the first official trailer for the upcoming video game adaptation film of Borderlands. Now, this film will follow Lilith, a mercenary who reluctantly returns home to their planet of Pandora to find the missing daughter of the universe's most powerful SOB of Atlas, and soon teaming up with an odd ragtag group including 4 mercenary Roland, feral preteen demolitionist Tiny Tina, her muscle protector of Krieg, a nutjob scientist of Tanis, and a sassy robot named Claptrap voiced by Jack Black, and must find and protect the missing girls from aliens and other mercenaries, as she may be the key to unimaginable power. Now, I think at first glance it does look decently entertaining. The characters look close to their game counterparts, and it seems to be going for the over-the-top antics of the games and stuff like that. I'm guessing we'll find out more and will probably improve my opinions on it over time as this film releases into cinemas on August 9th. Is anyone up for tennis, as it's time to hit the courts for a few sets of fast wrist movement and for a bit of a possible hidden tension, as you've gotten an all-new trailer for the new sports romantic comedy drama of Challengers. Now, this will see Zendaya play Tashi Duncan, a former world tennis champion who, after a career-ending knee injury, becomes the coach for her partner, and after a losing streak signs him up for a Challengers match against an opponent who were their old friend and love interest. And soon some sense of romantic sparks, feelings, and decisions will come to the forefront on and off of the court. Now, I think it does look very stylized. The person that's directing this has done the likes of Calling by Your Name and Bones and All, from what I'm feeling. I thought it was Leon Professional as well, but I'm thinking of the Luc Besson. And it does seem very interesting. In most cases, most people are really only tuning into this film due to initially from the first trailer and the same scene from this trailer about the romantic, saucy kind of scenes that look like they might be in this film with Zendaya and stuff, and caused quite a conversation when the first trailer came out. Now, initially this was supposed to come out back in September, but because the strikes got delayed, and we will finally see this game begin when it releases on April 26th. Now we return to the world created from the mind of Hideki Miyazaki and from the mind of the man who's still finishing the written narrative of a popular series with George R.R. Martin, as we return to the land of Elden Ring and take a journey to the new world as we have received a trailer, the new DLC expansion of Shadow of the Erd Tree. In this plot we'll see the narrative follow the story of Milena's twin brother of Michaela, I think it's Michaela, as we will travel across the land of Shadow to find a way to break the curse that has been placed on you and your brother. Though through different curses, of course, that keeps Michaela from growing older and staying younger, and also take down powerful enemies and possibly defeat the man in red of Mesmar. Now, I haven't delved much into the original game, but I plan to anyway, it's on my list. And so far from seeing the trailer, we are probably in for a retreat with this, and the wait will just be a little while longer as the game will be releasing onto consoles and PC on June 21st of this year. Now, quick summary on the next trailer. Initially, this series was planned for release and creation for the Disney Plus streaming service, which would be developed on another series of novels similar to the likes of Lemony Snicket and Percy Jackson. However, it was then apparently shelved by Disney even though the series was fully filmed a year beforehand, but it seems it may have found a distributor home in the US, and the series in particular is a new series adaptation of the popular book series of the Spiderwick Chronicles. Now, the series will follow the Grace children of Simon, Jared, and their older sister Mallory as they move into the Spiderwick estate and come across an ancient field guide book, discovery of mythical creatures both good and dangerous hidden in plain sight in our own world, and must do whatever they can to protect the land and its secrets. Now, this of course is the second adaptation of the series following the well-received 2008 film. I hope this will be worth a watch as well. Now, it's confirmed on the Roku channel in the US, but since that isn't an option here, most cases are probably released on Disney Plus over here with its planned release date of April 19th. And with that, that's all the trailers that we have for this week.
Holy fucking shit, it's a dinosaur! Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Now, on the start of all of the news stories for this week, we've got word on the release of a new Direct this week that was mainly more a partner showcase. So in most cases, no first-party titles, like nothing with Mario, Zelda, Metroid, anything. It was mostly more third-party titles. And this one kind of also emphasizes as well that we weren't getting shown off the new console either, as that was also confirmed that we might not be seen until the early months of 2025, which I'm totally fine with taking as long as it needs to do so because I have good faith in Nintendo usually with their consoles. But for the story, I'm going to go through all that was announced in this about 20-minute Direct, as well as confirming about another rumored story I talked about 2 weeks ago, which was about certain things, but let's get into what was confirmed. So, starting off the Direct, it was confirmed with the announcement that we're getting the popular co-op game of Grounded coming to the Switch on April 16th, I believe, which also confirmed that the rumored games of Xbox coming from other consoles, and we're starting with the release of Penance just this week on Thursday. We're getting this in April, and then also confirmed the Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves are coming to the PlayStation in March and April. But we'll probably see those two come to this console soon, so it makes sense to come to it. The next unveiled game was with the Metroidvania type game of Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist that is planned for release later this year, which does look unique with its art style. It's like a Metroidvania kind of thing. We then saw an announcement of a very unique quirky puzzle game where you move, the world moves as well, with Arranger, a role puzzling adventure game that looks like a lot of fun and quite challenging of a game, and will be releasing in the summer that year. This was then followed with two RPG style games, with Unicorn Overlord launching on the 8th of March and the release of the 3DS Monster Hunter game of Monster Hunter Stories that's also coming out this summer. Now, the game that followed after this made my 10-year-old self very happy, as this is one of the remasters I've been wanting for a while, but they confirmed that we are getting a remastered take on Epic Mickey with Epic Mickey Rebrushed, which will be held by THQ Nordic, the studio behind the Battle for Bikini Bottom reboot, as well as the Destroy All Humans remakes. And looks amazing and is planned to be something this year, so hopefully this will do successfully and we get a third entry in that series. This was then followed with a new expansion to Shin Megami Tensei 5 with Vengeance planned for release on June 21st. Then one that went hard and caused a huge amount of discussion online was that we were getting the original two Star Wars Battlefront fun games coming to the Switch as well as other consoles very soon on March 14th. That's going to include the multiplayer as well as new characters as well, which is a welcome surprise. We then got a new look at the upcoming release of South Park Snow Day coming out on the 26th of March, some new content for the game of Sword Art Online with Fractured Daydream, whatever it's called, coming out later this year, and then the return to the world of Gundam battles with Gundam Breaker 4 also releasing later this year. We then received the announcement of an all-new official entry in this Super Monkey Ball series with Banana Rumble that will see new moves, stages, challenges, as well as a 16-player online multiplayer for the first time, taking a spin when it drops on the consoles on June 25th. This is followed by an official release date for the sequel to the World of Goo for May 23rd as well. We then received the form of a new farming style adventure game with Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, with the latest release of this direct was coming out on October 10th. We then got an event Souls-like game where you are a crab on the quest to clean up the polluted oceans and get your shell back with Another Crab's Treasure. It's coming out on April 25th. Yeah, they label it as a Souls-like game. One of the select few Shadow Drop games in the direct was with the new game from the team behind Sonic Mania with Penny's Big Breakaway. That came out that day, a paid DLC for Suka Game, and a card-based horse racing mix of Pocket Card Jockey Ride On. We then get a Celeste-style looking game with Pepper Grinder coming out March 28th. That then was followed with a short montage from other games including Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley coming March 7th, Tales Kazuya Zao on April 23rd, Demon Slayer Sweep the Board on April 26th, Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition, the remaster of Kingdom Deliverance on March 15th, and Contra Corps Operation Galaga on March 12th. And before the direct ended, they had to do two final events. The first was a selection of 5 Rareware titles coming to Switch Online with Killer Instinct, Blast Corps, RC Pro Am, Snake Rattle and Roll, and Battletoads in Battlemania were all announced for the online consoles. And one that I remember seeing people complain about online was that Japan announced as well for that Switch Online was that they were getting Mother 3, which is a game that everyone's been wanting for years on the Nintendo console, but Nintendo doesn't want to do it outside of Japan. And then the direct ended with a new entry in the Endless Ocean series with Luminous, with that releasing on May 2nd. And with all that bringing to the end to what I think was a pretty decent direct for the Focus Studio partners. Now, it's not the only direct that's on the way out this next few weeks, as we've gotten a confirmed one that we're getting a Pokemon one next week, which is probably going to show up in this year's Pokemon game. And I'd probably say, within the next month or 2 months, we'll get like a proper first-party direct, which will show off some new releases and stuff, and maybe even show the first look at the Switch sequel, successor, but we'll have to see. But what are your thoughts on this direct? If you've watched it, I have the link down in the description if you want to check out the video yourself. And what games are you most looking forward to playing yourself? I know I'm looking forward to Epic Mickey and Star Wars Game 1, so I'll definitely be playing them out. But let me know what your thoughts on all of them that were announced down in the comments below. And in the next story from the extensive news of the week, we are delving into some announcements of some TV show release dates, confirmations, and the mix of 2 movies swapping around a date to be replaced with the other one that I was surprised was already made, but I will be delving into all of them with a bit more of a quicker output from the first one. So we're going to start off with the 2 different shows announcing the release dates for their upcoming seasons. Both of them being their 4th season, and the first one now confirmed as well to be its final season, as a few days ago we got the confirmation that the final season for Umbrella Academy will be releasing onto the streaming service from the 8th of August of this year. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a case where it's dropping all at once, or it'll be like a weekly release similar to the likes of Better Call Saul or Money Heist did when they were coming out, but I'm sure we're on closer to release date in the late summer. As for the other series release confirmation, we are heading over to Amazon Prime, where it was announced on Thursday that the 4th season of The Boys will now be coming out on the 13th of June, along with a new poster that is similar to one of the teaser posters we got, just with slight changes to it. Now I'm sure we'll get another look at the series in due time. That will also come with the day at the end and give more of an idea of the plot for this season. It's more the political plot anyway. As an aside of the films, we will start with the discussion of a planned spin-off film of the John Wick series with Ballerina. Now initially we were supposed to get this film coming out at the start of the summer season with its release on June 7th, but on Wednesday we have been given the confirmation this film has now been delayed by a whole year to June 6th, 2025. As a reason for is that the creator of the series, Chad Stahelski, I think his name is been given a new deal with Lionsgate for the universe of the franchise, and he wants to beef up the film with a few more elements of action scenes in the film. And given that all the films have been quite hits and great films in particular, I'm totally fine with this. Now, I bet you're wondering, what will be taking the film's place instead? Well, it's been confirmed that we're getting the planned reboot of The Crow with Bill Skarsgård coming out now on that date instead. Now, initially I thought this film was in early development stages, and initially I thought it was Jason Momoa playing the main lead, but I guess things changed around the last few years or something. I completely lost count of this film anyway, but it was a case I knew I was thinking about it was going to delay because we hadn't seen any promotional material and it was out in 4 months. I'm thinking logically we're probably going to get some with The Crow now in the next couple of days, going to show a trailer for it or something, but we'll have to see. But what are your thoughts on these announcements and release dates, and are you excited for any in particular, and do you think they will do successfully? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and let's discuss them there and your opinions of how successful or failure they're going to be. And the next story is continuing to build on all the new biographical era age where we are seeing the likes of musicians getting the movie treatment, where we know we're getting 2 this year with one that came out last week with Bob Marley, and one in April with Amy Winehouse. We have confirmation one about Michael Jackson coming out next April, starring Jafar Jackson. Supposedly one on Madonna sometime soon that's all over the place. And after that, I have no idea. But we do have 2 bands musicians getting the biographical treatment, and they're being held by 2 big names in the industry. So starting off, it was confirmed earlier this week that a biofilm based on the Bee Gees will be possibly confirmed to be directed by Ridley Scott. Now, his connection to the band, that the manager of the music label helped him get his initial first gig in the 70s, and while it never went through, he wanted to work with the group at some point soon, and this may be his chance. Now, it's unknown when this film comes out, but it could be Scott's next film to release of his Gladiator sequel this year, so we'll have to see if this turns around quickly. And as for the other one, it's a bit of an odd announcement, as we announced that Sam Mendes, director of Skyfall, Spectre, and 1917, will be directing a film of the famous band of the Beatles. But it's not just one film, as he's doing 4 individual films based on Ringo, John, Paul, and George, where it's supposedly going to be focused on their lives for each of them up to their stardom, their success as the band, and then their breakup around the 70s. Possibly maybe even the death of John Lennon or some of that, I don't know. Now, this seems like a weird concept and idea to make a film for each member of the band, but I feel it may end up being morphed into one film by the end of it, but I'm sure we'll learn more of it over time, and he plans to have this film made by 2027, not before them anyway, so he has some time, I guess, but I'm sure we'll hear more updates on this as the story progresses as he makes them. But what do you think of these film news, and are you excited for these biopics, and how do you see playing each member of the band in particular, and what other musicians do you want to see a biopic on? Let me know what you think of it all down below in the comment section. Now, the last of the stories is an update to a previous one from a few weeks ago where I mentioned we are getting a new Jurassic World movie being written by David Cohen, the writer of the original 2 movies and the last 2 Indiana Jones movies, and then it was planned for release in the summer of 2025. And they were looking for a director was on the way that it was initially planned to be David Leitch, who directed Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, and I believe some of the John Wick movies, but that story sizzled out by the end of the week it was announced. I was going to talk about it, and then by the time I started filming, it had been confirmed he dropped out. But it was a quick turnaround, as it was just announced earlier this week that this new director is going to be Gareth Edwards. Now, you may know his work from Giant Lizards as the director of the 2014 Godzilla movie, considered the best Disney Star Wars film with Rogue One, and currently has an Oscar nod for visual effects for this year for last year's sci-fi sleeper of The Creator. The concept of making a film in the Jurassic Park World Series is a dream of his, and usually he's known for creature features that work well with like character development and stuff, so I have some hope they will make it work. Now, it's unclear if this will connect to the last 3 films, or have any like the original any of the characters like Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, or anything like that, or any of the original trilogy, or if this is going to be on a standalone thing, but we'll have to see over time. And we'll probably see this by the time the film releases on July 2nd. But what are your opinions on this director choice for the next Jurassic film? And do you think he could bring appeal and interest back to the franchise? Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down below in the comments. And with that, that's all the news that we have for this week.
Hey, swouse!
And this brings us to the end of episode 40 of Weird Mind Newsroom, and I hope you all enjoyed my ramblings once again. So yeah, we got a few updates anyway. I hope you all checked out my 2-part anticipated media release. Not sure if people know part 2 is out as well. It is available there. It came out, I released them simultaneously with each other. That one's there as well. You can check it out. That's on TV and games and stuff like that. But other stuff, I'm going to get to some reviews over time the next little while. I'm going to find the motivation for it. I've just been going through the motions lately. Rewatchathon is also going to come. I keep pushing back on it in case I still have 1 or 2 films to finish and just need to get into it. I'm also probably going to do in the next couple of days, I'm going to do a piece of my predictions for the Oscars, because that's in 2 weeks time. It's the 10th of March in the US, and I think it's on my birthday here. Just I think usually during the night it's on my birthday, so I'll probably watch it then and there. So we'll have to see how that turns out. But that's essentially what I have for the moment. If you have any ideas of what you want me to see make in terms of like long form videos and other stuff, I probably put a list of stuff on my file somewhere in my story to show what concepts I have in mind and what people are interested in playing and checking out. So I might throw it there, or even in a comment section somewhere in my description. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. It's 12:30 now. I'm gonna go to bed. Just been drained a lot of stuff lately, so. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all for listening to my rambles, and if you enjoy my content and want to see more from me more frequently, why not like the video and subscribe, as I upload every week and hope to plan at least build up over more over time and prove new contents and stuff with like new editing features, all them stuff. I'm learning as I go with this stuff anyway. Comment below on all your opinions and everything that was discussed this week. Of like just your opinions, like have you seen this stuff, what's your opinions on the trailers and news and everything like that. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to have conversations with anyone that comes along and thinks this guy's good stuff. I like to enjoy his content. Even share around the people that might enjoy it as well. And yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it for now, and I hope you all enjoyed. And I hope you're all doing well out there and keeping safe and keeping warm, because it's quite nippy out where I am right now. Like, it's late February, going into March in a couple of days. So that kind of case. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, I hope you all stay being wonderful people, because you all are wonderful people, and have a great day every day, and continue being you, because no one in the world can do better than you can, and just whatever you can do is very unique. But anyways, I'll leave you there for now, and I'd like to thank you all for listening, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my sultry voice as much as I can, even though I doesn't feel much ASMR this week, and I'll see you all in the next video. So take care everybody, and goodbye.